So top tips, validate it before you've built it. That's really important because you always think, most founders are technical founders, so they love building stuff and they think that success will come from building it. But only after they've built it, they realize nobody comes. And what I always like to do at SeedLegals, whether it be my competitors or sometimes my customers, I'll look at their web traffic. You can use tools like SimilarWeb to look at people's web traffic. And if I see somebody's been working on something for years, or maybe they're launching, or maybe they've raised a Series A round, and there's a modest amount of web traffic, maybe it's a 20th of my web traffic, something is wrong. So they've put all the effort into building it, perhaps managed to woo investors, or maybe didn't woo investors, but something is amiss between the aspiration, perhaps the amount raised, and the actual market impact. Sometimes it's the opposite. It's insane, the traffic, and that's brilliant. So how do you avoid the situation that you built it and nobody comes? And that means right at the beginning, make mock-ups. And once upon a time, it was hard making mock-ups. But of course, these days with Figma and Canva and so on, you can make a mock-up. And now with Lovable and Cursor, you can make something that actually works. It's not going to scale. It's not going to be your production app. But you can make something you can go and show somebody. And if they go, "No, I don't understand this," or "No, I'm not going to use it," or "I've seen 3 of these already," that's a good cue that you need to either not do that or rework it to come up with something that's got some differentiator. And if people can't understand it, you can just iterate your messaging. So the key thing I see is test it and validate it, ideally before you build it. And you can take that to the extreme, which is, I say, fake it till you make it. So fake it till you make it means build as little as possible up front and do things manually. So for example, when we started SeedLegals, we didn't know whether investors would allow founders to use a legal tech platform. So we could build all of the stuff, and then it turns out no one would use it. And also it's really complicated building the automation for a funding round. And we can't tell you your funding round legals are like a beta version of it. It may be sort of okay. It had to be proper. So what we could do is we could build the website and all the data entry and the forms and so on to look great. But behind the scenes, it would be our legal team, creating Word documents and then putting it back into the app. And at the point they began screaming, "Anthony, you're killing us. We can't deal with it." That was the time to automate. So you could get a product out really fast, doing the complicated stuff manually, while you scaled, and then you could learn which questions, in our case, did founders look to ask. We would have built twice as much stuff and not built half the stuff that people wanted had we not adopted that approach. So fake it till you make it is not like Terranos. There's a good way of doing it, and I think it's essential.